Good morning. We're back in Middle Earth, and thanks to some very kind people in World Chat, Miss Medrielle has a quantity of food that will help her get through some of the next parts of Mirkwood without leveling up just yet. So we were headed back up to Dannenglor to continue the quest there. Dannenglor is that way. We're going to start by eating a little something. We have shepherd pie. We have some superior bread and jam. And we have some red tea, which will give us vitality. We are definitely drinking that. And I think we will have some shepherd pie too. Alright. So, that'll give us in combat and out of combat power and health regen and extra vitality. So when we face some of the mini bosses in this region, we won't have as much trouble. Now, one thing I do have to say about the player base for LOTRO is that most people are incredibly kind. They were kind enough to respond and give me food, and they didn't want anything in return. I did get one offer of kinship invite to Wanderers of Earth, which I will consider. Although, to be frank, I don't feel like I'm on the character or even on the game anymore enough to warrant a place in any kinship. But I will consider it, because the person that invited me did seem incredibly nice. And of course, we also have, before the shadow starting in a couple of short days, well, I think it was November 8th, maybe November 2nd, I can't remember. Actually, I think November 2nd is, what is it? Oh, excuse me. Rude much. Made me lose my train of thought. Oh, that's right. Fresh start servers for New World. That's November 2nd. So I think it is November 8th before the shadow drops, which I'm actually looking forward to trying out. And I will be making a character specifically to try out the Before the Shadow content. I have decided that she will be a minstrel. I have decided that she will probably be on Landrival instead of Laurelin. I'll be honest, I'm kind of running out of slots on Laurelin. So, and I do have some very old, if hardly ever touched characters on Landrival, so a character I make there will get a slight advantage with, you know, some gold to buy gear and stuff. So that was my other deciding factor for that. But that character will mainly be just to try out the new leveling content, and will certainly not replace Miss Medrielle. And nothing could possibly replace Miss Vistula. I mean, she is the cutest. Hobbit brawler this side of the Brandywine, after all. You can just sit down. Thank you. So we are looking for relics. And the Morval Guard. And there's the summoning horn for the guard right there. So let's get rid of this slave real quick. And there's the Morval Guard. And as you can see, like I said, he has a bit of XP on him. Ah, but he was easy enough. And I think there's going to be another mini boss in the next set of quests. But we still have to kill some more Morval and find relics. And they seem to be more on the Shriekers than the slaves, so... Yeah, they're on the Shriekers, so that's the ones we really want to kill. Can't remember if there's a Slayer deed for Morval here in Mirkwood. There's a Shrieker right there. Oh, it's okay, it's random. Because that Shrieker didn't give me anything. I love how the bats just kind of ignore you. Unless you're actually actively attacking them, they don't do anything to you. Even when you're fighting something right next to them. We need 2 more now. One more. Is there a Shrieker out somewhere? Ah, there's a Shrieker right there. But she didn't give me anything, because of course she didn't. They're just slaves right there. Get you out of the way. There's usually a Shrieker that's wandering this bridge. There she is. There we go. Okay. I was hoping she would give me the last coin, and she did. So we have only a minute left on the cooked food. And 20 minutes left on the vitality food. And if I really had to, it turns out I have quite a number of Edelhorn tokens, or Hope tokens. And they all seem to be +5, so that's good. And let's look for those real quick. So, yeah, Sparkling Edelhorn tokens, Luminous Edelhorn tokens, and Brilliant Edelhorn tokens. So, Brilliant ones last 15 minutes. Luminous lasts 40 minutes. And the Sparkling lasts 30 minutes. So if I was having a longer session where I'd want the Hope, I would definitely hit up those. For short sessions, a Brilliant would do. And of course, for a half hour, well, Sparkling would do. And it is actually a fellowship item, so if you're in a fellowship and somebody uses an Edelhorn token, it applies to everybody that's within 20 meters of you. Basically, if you're in a fight where something has some dread, it'll mitigate that dread. I do think it adds a boost to vitality too. We'll test it out when we go back up. So we have, oh, not you. I'm talking to you when I want to go to the Drowned Holt.
What can I do for you?
Wonderfully done, Medrielle. You have given us much aid in this dark and dreary place. Everything we do to combat the countless evils here plants a seed of hope. Okay, so we're done with him, it looks like.
How can I be of service?
Well done, Medrielle. I see you have had more success this time. I should have guessed that the filthy beast would have kept the dearest treasures for themselves, for they have no wish to share among one another. Such is not the nature of these wicked foe. Why, these are interesting, mere crumbs from the treasure that precedes them. I should dearly like to find the source. Such an object would be sacred in Lorien, and would be properly tended and honored by the elves as it was meant to be.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
These small treasures almost certainly came from a priceless elven creation, a treasure beyond treasures, and a gift to the memory of the elves who walked here once. Such a prize should not be left to be swallowed by filth and corruption. Once more, Medrielle, I must encourage you to go on a quest for a relic of my ancient kindred. I do not think the acorn will have fallen far from the oak. I believe this greater treasure is still somewhere in Dannenglor, waiting to be reclaimed by those who will return it to its proper glory. Go to Dannenglor once again, if you dare. This treasure will surely not be unguarded, so go with care. You will have done a great deed for my kindred if you manage to return to me in triumph. Good fortune to you, Melon.
How can I be of service?
You have done well, Medrielle. I believe we are coming closer to uncovering what happened to my lost brethren.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
You must make one final venture into Dannenglor, Medrielle, and this is the most important one. Pray do not return until this last hope is either verified or put to rest forever, for my heart cannot bear the suspense much longer. I need you to go back to the Marvel Roost and search high and low for my friends, the missing scouts. You have proven yourself more than capable of battling the vile foe that wanders that place, so I put my last hope in you. 3 went forth, and 3 you must account for, be they alive or dead. Go north one last time, Randir, and do not leave until you find them. You know, the furniture, you seem like a nice elf, but quit calling me Randir. You know, I'm one of your kindred too. So let's eat some more food. And we will test out one of these, wrong bag. Test out one of these smaller Edelhorn tokens. See if I'm right about the Yes, it does provide a actually very decent XP, not XP, HP buff. Because I got like another 400 hit points just using that. And you know what? We're going to get on a horse. Because this back and forth is quite frankly for the birds. Or the marble. You know, it's too bad I can't run a mob into another mob in this game and have them attack each other. Kind of like you can do in Valheim, which I thought was rather amusing. Oh, some lag going on there. And of course, everything has already respawned, so we have to fight our way through again. Easy enough to do. Oh, and I almost forgot, we are looking for Lost Scout, too. Okay, we have to go back this way. Oh, I missed with that. Usually don't miss. Nothing there. Well, except a fight. There we go. Oh, you stinker. Upstairs. Or, well, I guess it's a ramp, not stairs. So you're a little stinker, too. Defiled remains. Alas, this elf breathes no more. Alas, this elf breathes no more. And we were kind of suspecting that was going to be the ending for them. Alright. Do you mind? I'm trying to get my bearings here. And y'all just keep being really unfriendly. Really? You're gonna try to sneak up behind me like that? Well, y'all are both rude. Lots of mobs out this way. Lots of shriekers. Ah, more defiled remains. Alas, this elf breathes no more. But it's conveniently near, well, that last little boss we need to fight, so good for that. You have collected the priceless elf treasure. Okay, so now all we have to do is get out of here. And go back to camp. Okay. Oh, good. Fun stuff. Alright. I think we're going to get on our horse to go back. So this is the other entrance, exit from Dannenglor, and it actually goes down here and connects with Ottakheim. Got a little bit of a crack from that one. Oops. Okay, hopefully y'all don't need me to go back once more.
What can I do for you?
Alas, alas, it is just as I feared. Let this be a lesson to us all, that no matter what distractions may tempt us while on this dark and seldom traveled road, we must not stray from our course. Vainly did they pass into the west, never to return. Truly does my heart despair at this terrible news, though I long expected it. You have my most heartfelt thanks for your part in this, my dear friend. I would still be driven mad with worry, but for your effort. You are most deserving of the trust of the Maladrim. And we have, I think, increased our reputation with the Maladrim. It is, let's see, we're looking for the Maladrim. We're at friend with them. And of course we need to do ally now. And there are dailies in Mirkwood. We just haven't gotten to them yet. I think the first ones are actually in Drownholt. You have been awarded 10 LOTRO points. So getting reputation with factions is actually useful because, let's see, 5, 10, 15, and 20. So you get 50 LOTRO points for each faction you max out your reputation with. Oh, and she sent me some more tea, so that will be useful. I will definitely need that. And it's always much appreciated. I need to put that over here with the foods. There. What we have here is some superior cottage pies, which I won't be able to use until level 66. Which we will get to eventually, of course.
How can I be of service?
You have done it. This is wonderful, Medrielle. I cannot believe that such a treasure has been restored to us. I will keep this safe for now and send it to Lothlorien at the next opportunity. I cannot thank you enough, Malon. Alright, so I believe with that, we actually have finished all the quest here in the Haunted Inn. Words, I swear I know them. Of course, okay. So the next step is going to be go back to the vineyards, to go back to the docks and talk to the elf so we can advance the story quest, which of course winds up being right back here at the Haunted Inn. But from there, we'll be able to move a little more swiftly forward. And until then, bye for now.